Well, welcome to another episode of JC Unplugged. And there she is, the two-time Women's United States champion. It is Chelsea Green. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm so good. Life is good as a double champion.
I know it also, and well, how do you say it? The triple how do you say it?
Honestly, that was pretty much perfect. Triple everyone says it different. It's up to interpretation. Obviously, I am correct though.
And I love the fact that we're doing this interview and you've got your two titles with you. If I had two titles, I would have with me all the time.
Of course, I designed my outfit around them, really.
How hard is it to travel? 'Cause you have to travel with us, right?
Okay, so I put them in my carry-on because I'm a professional and you can't be leaving them willy-nilly with airport security and having them go missing. So I put them in my carry-on and I was in New York City the other day and my driver tried to lift my carry-on bag to get it in the car and he couldn't. So that's how it is traveling. I have great shoulder strength.
Especially if you're putting it in the overhead bin as well. I'm sure
That's
it's a
why the
huge
shoulder
workout as
strength
well.
is so good. I'm always doing overhead presses.
Now, as of you and I talking, it's Monday morning when we record this, and you had a busy weekend. You just defended your triple mixed tag team championship in Mexico over the weekend, right?
Yes, against Iguana and Lola Vice. Ethan and I had an amazing showing as per usual.
And where are you right now?
Now I'm at the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida.
Run me through what's like like the travel for you in a week's time. What's the travel like for you in a week's time?
Okay, so how long do you have? I've been on the road for about 2 years now,
Hmm.
but, really this month has been insane. This week alone, I was in New York City for Good Day New York, and I went straight to Albany where I don't know if you saw, but my husband made his comeback. Then I went
Hmm.
back to New York City, flew to London, tried to have a little vacay. That got cut short, so I flew back to New York City, defended our titles on Gold Rush against Thea and Joe Hendry, then went back to London to continue my little vacay for a day and a half. After that was done, obviously, I had to fly to Denver. We had a double taping of SmackDown in Denver. And then at 5 a.m. on Saturday morning, I flew to Mexico City. That night, I defended my titles with Ethan against Iguana and Lola, like we were talking about. And then woke up at, 4 a.m. and went back to Orlando, got to Orlando yesterday afternoon, and I'm back at work.
Do you love it? I mean, because that's a lot right there. That is a lot to digest. But are you loving every minute of it, or you're going in your mind going, "Oh my gosh, this is a lot of travel."
No, it's so funny because all my coworkers, like, seriously, the amount of texts I get from Nia Jax and like Tiffany and Sydney or Maxine, sorry. All the girls saying, like, you are crazy, but we love you because at the end of the day, someone has to do it, right? Like, someone has to go out and make sure that the stadiums are full, that WrestleMania tickets are sold, that people are showing up to our PLEs. And I was on the indies for so long doing this for myself. And it's no different. Now I work for a billion-dollar company, but it's no different. I love yapping. I love dressing up. I love communicating with people and like spreading the news about what's going on. So this really is my dream. I'm tired, but it's my dream job.
I love that. So my schedule is not even close to your schedule, but I do a split shift here at Channel 8. I wake up at 2:30 in the morning. I do the morning show. I get done at 7 with the morning show. I'm back at the studio doing some stuff. Then I have a couple-hour break, and then I come back and I host in studio the lifestyle show. And people are like, "Wow, how do you do that?" I'm like, "I get to do TV twice a day? Are you kidding me? I
Right?
I love every second of this. It's not hard. I mean, yeah, you get
On
tired,
the
but you
way
love it."
exactly. On the way here, I was talking to my girlfriend who she's from Canada. She's like, my best friend from like kindergarten on. And she just told our little girls group chat that she's pregnant with her second baby. And she called me this morning and she was like, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know how you do it. Like I don't know how my mom sits at a desk or my girlfriends go out and are going from house to house as real estate agents. Like it's all relative. We're all
Mhm.
stressed. We're all busy. We're all tired. It's just, I hope that they're doing what they love the way that I am.
Well, how do you do it with it? Because you have what? You have a couple cats and dogs? You have a lot of pets, right?
I've got 6 animals. I've got 3 dogs, 3 cats. One of the dogs is, blind and neurologically challenged, and all the cats shed. So, it's rough. It's rough out there in our house.
How do you handle that? Your husband's I mean, he's on the road too. I mean, how do you handle you have a pet sitter that comes in? That's what I wanna know. You don't bring any pets with you on the road. How do you handle
Honestly,
that?
everyone should take a moment of silence for Jean, my pet sitter, because she is godsend. I I cannot believe that I stumbled upon her. I love her so much. She is an extension of our family. Without her, I don't know what I would do. I would have not been able to be on the road.
Gene, she travel to Las Vegas? Can I borrow Gene?
She'll do anything. Jean is Jean. She's amazing.
She's the pet sitting machine. Well, listen, I
Yeah,
have so much to
Jean, the pet sitting machine.
I have so much to talk to you about, but let's talk about WrestleMania because that's the reason, one of the reasons you're here chatting with us. WrestleMania, the one-day ticket sales go on sale this Friday, Black Friday. WrestleMania, the spectacle, 2 days here in Las Vegas. It was so good. You guys thought about going elsewhere, but you decided to bring it back to Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium again this year. For you, what's WrestleMania weekend like? Tell everyone what that spectacle is like as a performer.
It is a whirlwind. I mean, it is our busiest time of the year, honestly, or obviously. And we're go, 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 but it's the only time that we truly get to interact with our fans multiple times a day. We get to meet the people that we've seen on social media that have been tagging us in photos or tweeting us their, you know, positive vibes. And it really is the greatest time of the year. I love Christmas, but WrestleMania is up there. And last year was incredible. I was holding the United States Women's Championship. It was, the first time we'd seen that title. So I was able to really take it around and show it off. And so I'm hoping that April 18th and 19th, I'll be able to do the same thing. But maybe this time in the ring. I don't know.
You have done WrestleMania before, though, right? Were you in a WrestleMania before?
My very first WrestleMania was in Los Angeles, and I had just started up with the company again. And I was able to bring my dad and my sister. And there's just nothing like it because at the end of the day, if you get into wrestling, you got into it with the goal, the ultimate goal of being a champion on WrestleMania. That's the pinnacle of one's career. And I
Mhm.
don't care what people say. I don't care if they pretend that that isn't the goal or that wasn't the goal. That was the only goal. And so it's an amazing moment for all of the performers to go out, look around, see the stadium. I mean, last year we had over 2 nights, 120,000 fans.
It was crazy.
Right, so imagine being a performer and stepping onto that stage and looking out at all those fans that are here for you.
Would you as a performer, when you're out there, do you hear the crowd? Do you hear people chanting your name? Was it the Money in the Bank where you were on top of the ladder getting ready to grab the briefcase and you got thrown off the ladder through 2 tables? And when that's happening, do you hear the crowd reaction, the crowd yelling, or is it kind of tunnel vision, you're just focused on your match?
So for me, because I've been doing this so long, I can hear everything. I will say it's a lot scarier to perform in front of 20 people than it is 120,000. And I don't know why that is, but it's almost like the sea of people, it kind of, they drown each other out. But
Mhm.
I can hear everything. And usually all the people on the floor, I can hear everything that they're saying.
Do you see the signs that people have too?
Oh, every
Do you
sign,
do?
right? It's funny you asked that because in Mexico City, there was probably the most Chelsea green signs that I've ever seen in my career, and I think I saw every single one, and I make sure that I make eye contact with that person. I want them to know that I see it. I see you. I see that you're here for me. I see that you took the time out of your busy life to think of me and make that sign.
As a fan, I just want you to know how far that just even a nod goes because when I was a kid, I was a huge Randy Savage fan, and they were at the Spectrum in Philadelphia Wrestling. It was Randy Savage versus Dusty Rhodes, and the crowd was all for Dusty Rhodes. And we had really good seats, like on the 5th row. It was a house show, and Randy Savage did something, and everyone was like booing, and I stood up and I cheered. I'm like, "Yeah, you go, Randy!" And he looked at me and he just went like this. Not like gave me a head nod, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Randy Savage!" My fandom of Randy Savage went from here to here for the rest of my life, all
Yeah.
because I was acknowledged by the wrestler.
And you know what? I do think about that, not because I was a wrestling fan and sat in the crowd, but because I've watched I've watched the crowd grow and grow, right? Like I started and I only had my girlfriends in the crowd, and then I had maybe one fan, and then after Toughen Up, it was like, okay, maybe 10 people or 20 people are here for me. So I I'm so kind of like shook to my core when I go out there and I'm like, wow, they could have made a sign for John Cena, but they made a sign for Chelsea Green, and that's
Yeah.
crazy. They
'Cause this whole
probably did also make a sign for John Cena, but I'm gonna tell myself they're only here for me.
they only brought one sign, and it was the Chelsea Green
And it
sign.
was
That
me.
was it. I just got
Yep.
one sign. How did this whole journey start for you? Because it started what, like when, like over 10 years ago, right?
Yes, it started in 2014, and I was sitting on my computer. I was going to school for kinesiology in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I decided to procrastinate my homework and instead Google how to be a WWE diva. And wasn't there the best wrestling school in the world 10 minutes down the road from me, Storm Wrestling Academy? And I ended up getting a hold of Lance Storm and training about, I want to say, 12 days later, like 2 weeks later, right after Christmas break. I was there in the new year, 2014, training, and it was kind of that was it. I fell in love with it.
Then how quickly did you make it to WWE and Raw, and how quickly were you in the ring after that?
So that's the crazy thing is I was absolutely delusional and I think it worked in my favor. So my very first match was about 4 months after I started training. That was in Vancouver, Canada, and right after kind of the summer of 2014, WWE was doing some live events around the Pacific Northwest, and I contacted them and said I would love to be an extra. And that was around the time that extras were getting jobs, like you were able to do some tryout matches and things like that. And I went to a show in Abbotsford as an extra, and I heard in the hallway the talent relations guy from WWE talking to another one of the extras saying, "Do you have a passport? We have a very big spot for you coming up on Monday Night Raw. If you have a passport, we would love for you to do it." And I heard her say she didn't have a passport, and that was music to my ears. So I found that man. I poked my head outside the door. I found that man and I said, "I have a passport. I'll do the spot." And that was kind of the beginning of my wrestling career in WWE because I ended up on Monday Night Raw on the go home show for SummerSlam that year, which was the Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Stephanie McMahon feud.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
was
uh-huh.
playing Daniel Bryan's physical therapist who had this fake affair with him. And ever since then, it was like, you know, I got a tryout. I got on Tough Enough. I got kicked off of Tough Enough. TNA hired me. I traveled around the world with Stardom with, and then Lucha Underground and All In. And then bam, WWE came a knocking. I thought they were going to come a knocking 2014, but 2019, they came knocking.
Yeah, but if you didn't, overhear that and then seize that moment, to me, that says so much about you. You overheard the thing. I think some people are like, "Oh, I'm just keep going." You seized that moment. And wonder where that girl's and do you know who that girl was that didn't have
Well,
her
I know who
passport?
she is, and she was a twin, and she could have done it all, her and her husband.
Yeah.
She could have done it all. And you know what? Like, that's unfortunately a lot of people. I grew up with parents that traveled, so I had a passport at birth, but I quickly learned when I moved to America that a passport is a huge privilege. Like, not many people get it until they're an adult, and I just didn't know that.
Yeah. I first got mine because my buddy was getting married in Cabo. I needed to go
See?
down there.
See, like, I just had no idea. I mean, I moved to England when I was in 2nd grade. I was always traveling with my parents.
Hey, a lot to get to before we wrap up. You and your husband, you guys got married here in Las Vegas, right?
We did at the Tropicana, RIP.
Oh.
We'll have to go to some MLB games.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what a great spot to get married in. How is it? So is he back full time in WWE now, or
So,
what's Matt's
we don't
story?
know, we not yet, but we're fingers, toes, everything crossed. We're
Mhm.
hoping that this leads to, the rider return.
Would you want to be a mixed tag team champion with your husband?
I think he would wanna be one with me, but I fear that traveling with him is not great. Have you seen his spray tan beds? You should go on Twitter and see the mess he leaves.
He has you get the spray tan, you sleep in the bed, and you get this tan all over it, right? Yeah, that's not good. It's
It's
just
not great.
What's next for you? So what do you have coming up? What's next for you? When are you defending the United States Championship? What's next for you? Are you in War Games coming up? What's the next like 2 months hold for you?
Okay, so this Friday on SmackDown, you will see my inauguration ceremony. It's gonna be glorious, obviously. The theme right now is Miss North America. So think like Ariana Grace in NXT. We're leaning into the Miss World. We're taking over the world.
Okay.
Of course, in January we've got the Rumble coming up,
Yes.
and that's in Saudi Arabia. So that's gonna be probably the biggest Rumble I think we've ever seen. Um, of course, I'm gonna be defending my championships along the way, whether it's in Mexico, we've got coming up a taping for AAA in Guadalajara. We've also got a taping in January coming up, so that's gonna be big.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna be parading my double championship self around up until WrestleMania
I love this.
in hopes that on the 18th or the 19th in Las Vegas, I will be able to defend successfully one of my championships.
And you'll have to come in studio and bring both of your championships.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that.
Did you go to the Fan Expo when it was here last year?
Yes, I did. I'm
Uh,
everywhere.
That was
I'm
so much.
everywhere.
You are everywhere. Also, too, I'm running out of time. You were in the Unreal, the Netflix special.
Yes.
I love seeing you in that.
Thank
You see, you're so real. You see so much really cool side of yourself. People recognize you from that outside of WWE.
Yes, I think that that's actually been now I've been recognized more from Unreal, and, who knows because the crossover that
Yeah.
is watching it is obviously it's a lot of wrestling fans, but I've had some really amazing feedback from Unreal, and I'm so happy because when they called me, I did say, like, "Look, I'm gonna be nothing but myself, so you're gonna have to edit me because 'cause I'm not editing as I speak."
No.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna yap.
What's the craziest place you did get recognized in?
Actually, just this week coming back to New York City and also in Mexico City, both the immigration officers recognized me, and that was weird because I'm always, like, really nervous, just, like, as a Canadian citizen coming into America or going into another country, like, I always wanna make sure that, like, I'm able to get back into America with my green card, and so I'm always, like, on edge, and he was like, "What's up, Chelsea Green?" I'm like, "Oh, that's, like, crazy."
That's awesome. Well, Chelsea, thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate it. I'm so happy for your success, and you're such a just a sweet, wonderful, kind person as well. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and I can't wait to come back, and don't forget to get your tickets because they go on sale Black
Black Friday. Black
Friday,
Friday.
yes,
Forget buying purses and TVs. Buy WWE WrestleMania tickets.
that's right, who needs purses and teas when you could see me?
Chelsea, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.